right, we gotta talk about this this Smash propaganda tier list. This is a tweet made by Mr. R. Ramen, posted it a couple days ago. Since Ultimate came out, there was this whole idea, this whole like movement for certain characters to make everyone believe a certain thing that was a preconceived notion that no one really followed. No one really like gave it much credence. That if the mains for a certain character would say something, I would be like, no, that's not true at all. You can't do that. And I think that was what Mr. R was referring to here, sort of the propaganda and sort of the what they want you to believe from each of the respective communities. Which, as a member of the Ultimate community, I find these pretty hilarious because I have like my own interaction with each of these. Yeah. So he ranked them S, A, B, and C tier. Essentially. You know, this first one is S tier, right? R.O.B. Rob's matchup chart sucks. He's not top tier. So this one essentially, R.O.B.'s matchup chart sucks to prove he's not up tier. I think R.O.B.'s trying to say he's not top tier because he has a lot of obscure losing or tough matchups, especially in the low and mid tiers. Even though he does really well against many top tiers matchup wise. I wouldn't say a lot of people consider R.O.B. to be top tier, and that's probably why he put this in S tier. But one of the big things to know about R.O.B. is that R.O.B. actually has one of the single best win rates across the board. I think both in online and offline. So even at locals, R.O.B. has a ton of usage, and post-pandemic, or post, you know, the first part of the pandemic, he's still actually getting a lot of results. So even though R.O.B. is getting that many results, the fact that a lot of people don't really consider him top tier, like I'll put him like really, really high tier, but I wouldn't say he's a top tier, but I will say he's the character that I probably see the most in online tournaments and the character I probably encounter the most when I'm playing on Elite. So in a weird way, R.O.B. has become this strange face of the Ultimate meta just because of how common he is. Like if Falco is to Melee, you know, the most common character that you see everywhere, Ultimate with like 3 times many characters, you're not gonna really have that, but I would say R.O.B. is probably the closest thing just because of how common he is. A tier, Bayo is bottom tier. Basically this one is like throughout all of Ultimate, Bayonetta, you know, she obviously isn't what she was in Smash 4. And most Bayo mains as a result would complain and spin this narrative that Bayo, because she's not what she was in Smash 4, isn't only like not top tier, she's bad. Bottom tier. There was a tier list made by Raito, Abadongo, Shogun, Takura, and Kishiru earlier on that actually listed Bayonetta in low tier. And in case you thought I was capping, I'm not. They actually put Bayonetta right there in low tier, D tier, alongside Pit, Ridley, Dark Pit, DK, Zelda, Ganondorf, Bowser Jr., Isabelle, Plant Mac, Corrin, Mewtwo, Puff, Incineroar, and Doc. And they had Kirby and K. Rool in E tier. I mean, it was early on. I mean, who was their best? Who was their top ones? ZSS, Peach, Daisy, Lucina, Trainer, Wolf, Joker. That's a fine list for top tier. But my response to this is no. Bayonetta is not bottom tier. That's stupid. There's no way. There's no argument for that whatsoever. This character can still destroy you when it's played properly. She is not bottom tier. She's balanced. That's what it is now, Bayo players. Bayo is now balanced. She's not this menacing threat that kills the entire competitive integrity of your video game. She's balanced now. So don't take it for granted, Bayo mains. When a Bayo main wins now, are people saying ban the character? No, they're saying, damn, this character's annoying. I got outplayed. Bayo. But they're not saying ban this character. And to me, that's a big plus. That's a big one up. All right, and that's A tier. Those are the first 2 propagandas, and I'm familiar with these. B, this one is the one I hear the most on stream almost every single day, and this is the Falco agenda. The Falco agenda, you know, this is probably a thing because for most of the earlier part of Ultimate, I remember almost every tier list like slept on Falco. I think mine included. They put Falco as like a low tier character, maybe mid tier, mid and low is what I saw the most. And I think the main reason this happened is because Falco got outshined by early Wolf and Fox, because the Wolves and Foxes were getting all the results in locals and nationals, and Wolf was just a ridiculously good character. Everyone had a pocket Wolf, and you had early on players like Light with Fox getting really good results. So all those sort of overshadowed Falco completely. And I guess it wasn't that Falco was bad, it's just that people really hadn't figured out the character yet. As time has gone on, as we've seen more tournaments, you have seen these Falco combos get stupid optimized, like dummy optimized. Like cutscene combos are literally a thing now because of Falco. If you don't believe me, 2021 Falco meta is absolutely insane. Most of you guys might know who Larry Lair is, but I think the real player that you want to watch on the come up right now, who's rising through the ranks and might be a national threat, or soon or already is Tilde from New York. Watch out for Tilde, and I really think that I've seen his footage in the Juicebox tournaments, I've commentated his matches, and online he's a menace, but in person, even just as much of a threat. Currently, he's placing, super well in the region of New York, winning local tournaments pretty consistently, and he was in the running to be at Smash Summit, but I think he got voted out, and I'm not sure if he's going to the last chance qualifier, but in any case, Tilde, and I'm sure there's many other Falcos who we haven't heard of yet, they're pushing this character far above and beyond what we originally perceived Falco to be, and as a Puff player, that matchup, oh my lord. Next up in B tier is Peach is overrated. This one I haven't seen as much as the one we're about to get into, but Peach is overrated. Likely it stems from people complaining that she's overrated due to placements of a couple of top Peach players and then not having as much representation otherwise. So it's very top heavy placement for Peach and then not much else. Additionally, she's considered to be one of the characters with a much higher skill ceiling than characters that are also in her tier and easier to use, kind of like Joker. Right? So you have to imagine, no one's really denying that Peach or Daisy aren't top or, super high tier characters. They've seen exactly what you can do. Like one down tilt from a good Peach or Daisy player at 0 on a big flat stage, you're tanking like 60-70%. It's absolutely bizarre. Not to mention she has insane potential for kills, really good play with turnips, in excellent frame data and amazing recovery. The options of recovery too. Everything you might expect in a top tier she has, but she's that much harder to play. A lot of players are probably questioning, why would I do this when I can do it for easier, right? So that's kind of like the whole Peach is overrated thing. My response to the Falco agenda is that this character is basically, I think you can argue for high tier at this point for Falco. The stuff I've seen Falco players do now, Tilde has made me a believer. This character is absolutely insane. Ironically, I remember one of the earliest tier lists was Leffen's, and he put Falco as top tier or the best character in the game. We're still not gonna say that's the case, because that was a very controversial list. However, it's funny to see the fact that Falco has been proven to be really good. Maybe top 20. I don't even know at this point. And Peach is overrated. I think Peach is rated. I think she's a top tier character that's hard to play, and that's why you're seeing the results that you are or aren't seeing. And finally, in C tier, the biggest propaganda, the biggest sack of group of words you'll ever see in your life, the most cap in the chat that you can possibly expect from the Ultimate community is ZSS sucks. And this was popularized by one player and one player only. That's right. The champion of Genesis 7, Mars, Panda's very own Mars. That's all Mars says, but we know now that he is respectfully full of shit. Zero Suit Samus is one of the best characters in this entire game. Probably, if you were to take all the characters and just put their kit like next to them, especially their special moves, up B, down B, side B, and neutral B, it would be hard to beat Zero Suit Samus' special kit. It's just absolutely ridiculous. You can win not only national tournaments, you can win international tournaments, and I'm pretty sure you can't do that with a character that sucks, Mars. So suck it. Suck it. Anyways, so don't fall for the propaganda. Don't, make your own truths, make your own thoughts. Think for yourself. Don't fall prey to the opinions of people who think they know what they're talking about. In reality, we're all idiots. And that's what makes Smash Ultimate very special. Let me know what you guys think and respond with propaganda that you might have heard in your local scene or around the main of your character. Let me know what dumb things you've heard about your main and why they are wrong in the comments below. I want to get this discourse going. We need to know more truth about the character and not propaganda. And as a Jigglypuff player, Puff still sucks. All right, see you guys.